I'm Rich Cali, headmaster of Geneva Classical Academy. Just want to say hello and wish everybody Merry Christmas. Want to share a little bit about what's on my heart this season. Galatians chapter 4 says, "But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption as sons." I love that verse. It summarizes basically the whole Christmas message for us. But I want to key in on that part that says, "in the fullness of time," when the fullness of time had come. As we think about Christmas as classical educators, what does that mean, in the fullness of time? Well, Jesus was sent by God to the classical world, to classical antiquity, to the Greco-Roman world. Why was that the perfect time? Why not send him now when we have computers and technology and we could get the message out, put him on television, put him on the radio? Why was then the perfect time and not now? Well, there were some very big differences back then. First, the Greek world had spread, Hellenization had spread the Greek culture to the known world. And so they had a common language. They had Koine Greek that they shared, and the Bible, the Old Testament, had been translated into the Greek language. So when Jesus had come, they had been reading about him, they knew about him, they had read the prophecies, and so they understood the message about the Messiah when he came. And because of the Roman world, the infrastructure was there to spread the word. People could travel on the Roman roads, and there was peace, relative peace, so that they could travel throughout the empire in order to spread the word. So it was the perfect time for Jesus to come. And unknown to Caesar Augustus, he was just a pawn in the hand of mighty God, because he called for this census, and so Mary and Joseph were sent in their little corner of the empire to Bethlehem, where the prophecy said that the Messiah was going to be born. And so he did the errand for God to make this happen, for Jesus to be born in Bethlehem. And so this was a fulfillment of the prophecy that had been made by Daniel some 500 years before that, when Daniel talked about, when he interpreted the dream of the head of gold and the chest of bronze and all of that, and he predicted all those empires. God had revealed to him all those empires that were to come, the Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, then the Greeks, and then the Romans. And so he fulfilled this prophecy. But the amazing thing about that prophecy was that the rock not cut out by human hands would crush the feet of the statue, and it would come crumbling down. So the Roman Empire would be subject to the king, to the rock. And so Jesus would spread the message, the good news of Christ would spread throughout the empire until it filled the whole world. And that's where we are today. The message is going forth, the good news of the gospel is going forth and filling the whole world. And so that message, even though it took place in antiquity, is true for us today, and God is fulfilling that prophecy that he made through Daniel. And so it's relevant to us today. So as I think about this classical message of the gospel of Christmas, it's not just for antiquity, it's for us today. So I think about all the Scrooges and Grinches of our day, and this is good news for us, that Christ has come in the fullness of time. And that's what the message of Christmas is. It's about God doing the impossible, fulfilling this prophecy in the little corner of the Roman Empire in order to change the world. And so how does that happen? It happens through individuals whose hearts are changed, like Scrooge and Grinch and George Bailey. George Bailey, not like Scrooge and Grinch, who begin as bad guys, but who seems to be a good guy. But in the end, he needs a change of heart, because all of his good deeds, all the things he tried to do, were not enough. He still failed, and so he needed something, a higher power, in order to change his heart. And so, all those stories point to the manger. They all point to Christ as being the one who, God becoming flesh, dwelling among us, and being able to change our hearts, and thereby change the world. And it makes me think of my favorite Christmas carol, Joy to the World. I love singing that on Christmas Eve when the lights are all dim and we have our candles, and we sing, "He comes to make his blessings flow far as the curse is found." And the curse is in me, the curse is all around me, the curse is all around us. And that's how far the good news can reach. It can reach everybody, and it can change hearts. And so that's the good news of Christmas, and that's how we can kind of think about it classically, and we can rejoice in that good news that the gospel's spreading, that Jesus has come, and he's here to change the world, and God is going to do the impossible. So from us at Geneva Classical Academy, Merry Christmas.